to Mindful Weekend Yoga with Jessie. Nice to see you all. Take a moment to arrive on your mat, wherever you are in the world, settling in and reconnect to your breath. Breathing in long, delicious, deep breaths. Exhaling long, smooth breaths. Take a moment to simply breathe, to shift your physiology, to settle into a more calm, peaceful space. And take a moment to connect to yourself, to your presence and your purpose, to your being, and to the sense of connectedness to everyone practicing with us today. And if you're practicing later on YouTube, to everyone practicing then. The sense that we're not alone and we're all here together sharing this world and space. So often we feel alone, and allowing yourself to remember that you're not. And find your sit bones, your roots, root downward and grow tall. Reach the crown of your head to the sky and flip your palms up and open to the sky in a receptive position. And as I love to do, I am going to have a theme for today. And my theme today is inspired by my experience yesterday. I went to a workshop. I went to Dartmouth, and they had a forum, a Dartmouth Entrepreneur Forum in San Francisco, with a lot of what my mind would say fancy AI, hedge fund, very successful business people. But I learned a lot. And one of the key learnings, two key learnings I want to explore here in yoga. One is that it's more important how you think than what you think. And that so often in our world today, we want to figure out what to think the right thoughts, do the right thing. And the idea that the how and the approach and the tone and energy and the questions that you ask, these are all things I talk about so often in coaching, that is the secret to experiencing things intentionally, purposefully, and also calmly and peacefully, and feeling settled and grounded and rooted. So taking in a big, deep breath of this idea that you get to choose how to think. For many of us, it's remembering that we get to choose how to think. It was the president of Dartmouth, who's the first woman president, and she says that they want to teach people how to think, not what to think. And so I think that many of you here were probably taught how to think, but we shift into what to think. And so remembering that it's the how, it's the intention, it's the tone and energy we bring to our lives that determines our experience. It's also the how you practice yoga, the how you show up for your mat in your practice of mindfulness. It's how you engage with things. And the other invitation was this idea of a founder mindset, and the idea of a life design. And this idea, again, that we choose how we show up. And people who have a founder's mindset are into showing up creatively, curiously. Founders tend to be courageous and believe big and lean into the things that they believe. They create things that are out of the ordinary. It struck me that this is the way that I would want to live my life, whether I were a founder or not. And even a founder's mindset in yoga, a founder's mindset is just believing things that can exist that you haven't seen yet or done yet or felt yet. Showing up fully The invitation of a founder's mindset also was to be kind to yourself and kind to others, kind to everyone. And I love this idea. It's an idea that is brought up in yoga all the time. Being kind, do no harm. It's called ahimsa in yoga. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. The other invitation was that you should surround yourself with good and positive and let go of those things and people that are dragging you down or dragging your business down or your ideas down. And that when you hang on to them, it actually impacts all the other people and it impacts what's possible and what's available to you. And so not that there's good or bad, but that it's the right fit. It's the people that allow you to move through life in a way that is beautiful and grows you and allows you to bring to the world your best version of yourself. And so thinking about that, whether they are people or ways of thinking that you've inherited from people. So what is the stuff that you want to keep and what is the stuff worth letting go? And it harkens back to this idea of life design and how you want to think, how you want to show up, the questions you ask. And so I invite you to bring a hand to heart and another hand to top and thinking about this, how you want to move forward on your mat and off your mat. How could you bring in more of the good? Be more courageous, creative, curious, calm, trusting of yourself, thinking outside the box, believing in things that you haven't seen yet, possibility. And what might that be like? It might be a bit more in the medical world of a researcher mindset, those PhDs who believe that they're going to discover something, believe that there's a better way. But that's also a founder's mindset. And so how might you bring a little bit more of this to your explanation, to your yoga practice, and to the way that you move on the mat, the way you explain it in your brain? And if that makes you anxious, taking in more deep breaths, clearing your brain, remembering that yoga is a practice of clearing your brain, clearing the fog, clearing your body, resetting, refreshing, pressing the heel of the hand into that heart space, sending some oxytocin around, allowing that kindness and love hormone to support you, your cells, shifting those neurochemicals, breathing in and out. And we'll enjoy one more big breath. Noticing the how of the breathing, not just the what, but the how you breathe. Breathing in with kindness and care and compassion. And breathing out all of those things that you're surrounding yourself with that aren't helpful. And bringing your hands together, warming them up, creating a little heat and energy. And bring your thumbs to your sternum, pressing, connecting into that heart space, trusting yourself, believing in yourself and you as the founder of your own life. Thinking about that life design and the how you want to approach things. With the how, you'll ultimately get to the what. Breathing in and out. And take a moment here to set your intention for the how of moving forward. The how you want to think, how you want to approach, the tone and energy you might like to bring. And when that feels complete, lower hands, open eyes, shake things out a little bit, releasing all those things that came up that might have another place to be and go. Root your sit bones down and grow tall, tall and proud. Reach the crown of your head to the sky. Find your belly. And you'll lower your right hand to the earth, spreading fingers wide, plant it down, send your roots downward, reach that left arm up, bend your elbow and stretch, create space, breathing in and out. One more big breath here, paying attention to the how of the breath, what breath feels good to you. Pressing into your fingers of the right hand and flip over to the other side. Bend your elbow, potentially bring your fingers to face front, breathing in and out. And set your gaze where it feels good to your neck. Reaching your arms up both to the sky, interlace your fingers, have a shimmy, slight arch back. Exhale, round forward, suck your belly all the way back, reaching your palms as far forward as you can. Inhale, reach up, gaze up if that feels good. Gazing up at the sky, letting in the view, the good stuff, the possibilities. Exhale, round forward. In this movement, undoing the stuck sensation, reaching up, gazing up. Exhale, round forward. Stretching yourself, opening yourself up to all that possibility, that founder's mindset of creativity and curiosity. Maybe be creative in your movement here, a little bit curious, a little bit of a rock. Coming back up to the sky, opening your arms wide, press your hands into the space, spread your fingers wide, creating more of that space and possibility. Pinch your scapula, enjoy that alchemy, the shifts, undoing the stuck, creating the ability to move with flow and release. Founders tend to move with flow. They tend to lean in and lean out like they're kayaking maybe. Bring your elbows in front, coming into eagle arms, lifting your elbows up and enjoy the stickiness. Breathing in, letting the breath create space. Remember the how of the breathing, what feels good to you. Inhale, lift up, let the breath nourish you. Exhale, round forward, open your back, creating more possibility and space to design it, reorganize it. Inhale, lift up, opening your arms, stretching wide, stretch your fingers, pinch your scapula, and switch sides. Left elbow under right, probably. Elbows to shoulder height, pause, breathe. Send the breath to every tiny little muscle fiber with kindness. The how is likely with kindness, with care, with intention. Thinking perhaps of what you'd like to create space for. Round forward, drop your head and neck, opening your chest, and let yourself enjoy it. A little rock, a little massage, creating that neurochemical soup that is kind, that is open, that is thoughtful, that is creative. And when you feel ready, inhale, lift up, opening your arms wide, wide, wide. Palms will face forward and you'll draw them back a wee bit and round forward into a huge beach ball, scooping up all the ideas, possibility, energy, and opening wide. Heart shines forward. And once more round, scooping it up, thinking about all that good stuff that you might like to carry with you, the how, the positive how, the fun how, and opening, let your heart shine forward. Lowering your hands and shrug your shoulders up to the sky. If you notice resistance, like today is not the day for this positive thinking, or just consider the how of your thinking. How might you like to approach whatever is in front of you today? Squeezing even tighter, a little bit longer. Lots of shifts of energy, alchemy, letting things shift. And let your shoulders drop, melt, releasing the tension, any discomfort. Drop your chin to your chest and just notice. Allow the sensations to move. Breathe here. Notice the how of the breathing. Notice what happens when you bring the breath in. Draw it in, sending it to your fingertips and your pinky toes. And exhale, let it out. the stuff that may be in the way. Bring your chin back to chest and gaze up gently, kindly to your neck here. Fill your chest with breath and the light and the possibility. Maybe connecting to this courage piece, the curiosity piece, the creativity piece. What does the sky and the light have to bring in here as you breathe in and out? Notice with this breath, send the breath all the way down into your pelvis, into your root, into the earth beneath you. Growing taller with the inhale and exhale, deflating. Stretch your left leg out long. Your right foot will come into the left inner thigh. Find those sit bones, have a little rock. Find your root. And you're going to reach your right arm up. Slide your left arm down that left leg and open up your waist. Enjoying the stretch, the sensations, wiggle fingers. Let your neck be loose. Notice if anything is held. Roll your wrists. Take a moment here to be kind and send the breath kindly into the waist, into the tight spots. Reaching your arm up and over, we're going to flip up into Wild Thing. Your right knee will land on the earth. Your left toes will come to the right, and you'll stretch. Let it feel good from one end to the other. Oof. Reaching, lowering your hips back down. You're going to reach both arms up, twist leftward, and round over your right calf. Take this left hand and wrap it into the right hip crease. Lower your head and breathe. Drop your head. Surrender to the shifts. Letting your body reset, your brain reset. Noticing already how after even a few moments you feel better. I do. Untangle. Coming back upright. You're going to switch sides. Right leg comes out, left leg comes in. Slide your arm down and stretch over. Enjoy that left side. Wiggle fingers. Excuse me. Stretching. Root your left hip downward, left fingers long. Taking a little time to sit and be and giving yourself space to do this. No hurry. No urgency. Lifting back up, flipping over, plant your left hand, your left knee, your right toes come to the left and stretch into Wild Thing on this side. Rooting, reaching, long, stretching. Noticing that the stretching is a little uncomfortable and it feels good. And the results feel good. Sometimes we have to stretch to feel shift. Coming back to center, you're going to reach both arms up, twist to the right and wrap. Wrap your right hand into the left hip crease, twist, drop your head and neck. Wiggle fingers and toes. I like to think of the twists as the massaging or squeezing out that stuff that maybe is heavy or is the unkind part, or the part that keeping on to the stuff that's not working for you is getting in your way. Untangle and rise back up. Coming into butterfly pose, flap your butterfly wings, have a little diamond, have a little rock. Root your sit bones down, grow your spine tall, reach to the sky, press each toe against each other, noticing each and every one, closing eyes and sitting up tall. Inviting here this invitation of the founder's mindset, being the founder of your own life, the designer, the life design. What does that look like? Who are you? What makes you happy? What's your specialty? What makes you flow and feel good? And how do you want to think about things? How do you want to approach things? What questions do you want to ask? What might be fun? What would be interesting? What are you great at? What might you want to bring to the world? What's gnawing in there that's ready to come out? And I would say no matter what your age or phase, It's not too late. We get to continue to redefine ourselves, whether we're 38, 68, 78, even 88. How would you choose your next year? One more huge breath. Pour it all the way into your root. Your root is your creative center. Your pelvis is that safe spot, or unsafe, but send the breath so it feels more safe. Engage your belly. Grow as tall as you can. Exhale, round forward. Draw your hands down to your toes or your ankles and fold, letting your inner thighs open, your head and neck release. Notice any tight spots. Maybe have a little light rock. Bend. Maybe bend your elbows so you fold a little more than you did. Once again, that little bit of discomfort for the stretch. Sliding up. Bring your knees together, and you're going to come to lie down. You can unroll your spine slowly, so not crashing, but coming down to the earth. Walk your heels towards your rear end. Have a little rock, so your sacrum is flat, your head and neck feel good. Palms face downward. Lower the soles of your feet, root all 10 toes, and lift your hips up, coming into a bridge pose. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Engage your glutes and root to the sky, creating that space and openness in the front body. Gaze upward. I love the openness in the hips, but notice the closed, squishy throat and how it feels to have things kind of stuck and squishy when you don't feel free. Squeezing your glutes, reaching your hips to the sky, maybe lifting up onto tippy toes, lowering down, lifting up onto heels, lifting up all 10 toes, stretch your shins, lower down, lift your hips up once more, a little bit further, a little bit stretchier. Untuck your shoulders and unroll kindly, inch by inch by inch by inch by inch, slowly until you land on the earth. Don't fix anything. Let it integrate. Just letting things happen. Noticing what does happen in this moment. Draw your right knee into your chest and stretch your left leg long. Let that hip release. Have a little rock. Bring your hands to your hamstring behind. Stretch your right leg long. Flex your toes, your ankles, so your toes come towards your nose, and let the energy move. Letting the stickiness go. Closing eyes and just thinking about this how. How do you want to approach even the stretch? Letting the lessons in yoga give you wisdom. Point your toe to the sky. A little discomfort. And toes towards your nose, letting the energy move. And pointing, let this be sort of your direction. Where would you like to go if you were the founder, the life designer, which of course you are? Roll your ankle. We just kind of got into the shoulds, but if you were designing your own life, the founder of your name company, what would you do? I love this invitation. Bend your knee, lower your foot to the floor, bring the sole of your foot into the inner thigh and reach your arms up, coming into a reclining tree. Different than a standing tree, but design that tree. Let the earth support you. And notice that with the support, what does your tree look like? What does your hip flexor feel like? What do your armpits feel like? Stretching as tall as long as you can. You might even interlace your fingers and point your pointer fingers to the sky and your toes long. Huge breath in. Pour it all the way in through the left side body. And out through the toes. Bringing your hands back by your sides. Bend your right knee up and stretch it long. Notice the difference between the two sides, the asymmetry. No rush to fix it. Noticing that you know when you're out of balance, when you're asymmetric, when things are a little off kilter. And when you're ready and have appreciated that, bring your knees bent, heels come to your rear end, lift up to a bridge pose once again, an easy one this time. Just release and unroll down. Pause and arrive. Draw your left knee in. Let it roll around in your hip socket. Stretch your right leg long. And you'll bring your hands to your hamstring, reach your left foot to the sky, points and flex and points and flex, appreciating all the sensations. And choose your approach, choose the how here. Are you going to torture yourself? Are you going to find a space that's stretchy but feels good? Yoga should feel good during and after. It's not supposed to be torture. Little bits of discomfort that result in feeling good are a little bit like life. Bend your knee, release your hand, lower your foot, coming into reclining tree on this side. Stretch long, enjoy the stretch. Enjoy the support of the earth in this tree to finding the tree that feels good to you. And embodying that standing tree, that growing tree, that reaching to the sky, even on the earth. What does that feel like? I think it feels lovely, but to each their own, maybe, and choose the how here. Do you want to wiggle fingers, widen your arms to the sky, do the steeple hands? You choose. It doesn't have to be the same. Bringing your hands down by your side, draw that knee in, bend both knees, and knock your knees together, feet apart. Your arms will be over your head in an easy cactus shape. Drop to the right and stretch the left hip flexor. Your left knee is going to reach all the way to the front right corner. Stretching here, letting go of the cobwebs, opening up space, breathing. Bring your knees together and flop to the left. Notice it doesn't have to be all serious. You can literally flop. That's part of the how. Sometimes the how is flopping. Sometimes it's purposeful, intentional, and powerful. It's usually a bit of all the things at different times. Coming back to center, you'll stretch your legs long and roll over to your belly. Come into Sphinx pose here. Elbows under your shoulders, palms on the floor, spread your fingers wide. Let your heart shine forward. And take a minute to think about this founder mindset. The how you want to think. It's the how that will get you to where you want to be. It's not the what. It's the energy, the intention, the approach. It's the how you move, the how you feel. Letting that idea come in through your nose all the way to your tippy toes. And out the other way. Use the breath to shift your physiology, to flesh out those things, energies that are weighing you down, whether they're yours or someone else's, whether they're learned, inherited. Curling toes. Shift back to child's pose here. Knees apart, toes together. Stretch long, long, long. Release your back. Wiggle fingers. Let this feel amazing. And while here in this sort of dark, quiet spot, considering this idea of designing your life, having a founder mindset, thinking about the how you think, not the what, the approach to living, to relationships, to people, to your work, to the earth, to yourself. Might there be room for creativity or curiosity or kindness? Kindness to everyone, including yourself. Keeping in the good and tossing whatever is getting in the way. Leaning into trusting yourself, because why not? And believing in possibility and opportunity. When this feels complete, come back to tabletop, or come to tabletop, and arch into cow Heart shines forward, creating space, and round into cat. We'll do 3 of those in whatever way feels really good to you. Trusting, creating space, moving things. Come back to tabletop, curl your toes and lift up to downward dog and enjoy the stretch. Shooting your hips to the sky, like shooting for the moon, as they say. Stretching, reaching, even upside down. You might narrow your dog and lift up all 10 toes, reaching them up and grounding the ball of both feet into the earth. Lower your toes, lower your heels if possible, and again, narrow your dog if that feels needed. Bend your left knee, straight your right. Switch sides, bend the right, straight the left. Let the energy shift. Ground into your right hand, find steady. Bring your left hand to your right ankle and gaze under your armpit. Check out the view. Things look different from this angle. Sometimes that's where the possibility comes, tipping yourself upside down. Switching sides. I actually think yoga is kind of about creating a finder mindset. It's about creating flexibility and thinking in your body, getting rid of old patterning, finding calm. Walk your hands towards your feet. Come into a forward fold. Grasp your elbows. If you have blocks, you can put your head on a block if that feels good. Choose what feels good to you. Or maybe bend your knees just really juicy and sink down. Maybe twisting. Shake out the cobwebs. The things and people that are there that are holding you back. Maybe it's just your approach to them too. Maybe they can be there and not hold you back. Releasing your hands. Shaking your head. Maybe it's your approach to yourself that's holding you back. Shaking your head no and yes, getting rid of all that neck tension. Engage your belly and unroll with a little fun and spunk. Up to stand. Ooh. And give yourself a moment when you arrive. I apparently need a moment. Shaking things out, letting things settle. Find steady in your mountain pose. Breathing in, pouring it in through your nose, all the way down through your belly, your legs, through your toes, into the earth. Inhaling the mountain energy up through your feet into your body, growing tall. I think of founder energy or life design energy as a bit like a mountain. Mountains are tall and strong and steadfast. They're not reactive. They're beautiful and steady in their own way, even amidst storms. Sometimes you can't see them. Sometimes there's a swirl. But when the sun comes out, they're there. Taking a moment to go inward and just notice how you feel. Breathing in deeply and exhale deeply. Opening eyes. Let the light in, and you're going to sweep your arms out and up towards the sky. Your palms will come together, interlace, reach them to the sky. Have a little shimmy. Exhale, tip leftward into crescent moon. We actually are almost full moon tomorrow, but breathing in that moon, full moon, beautiful energy as you channel your moon energy. Notice if you're folding, tilt backwards. Let this feel delicious. And breathe in and out through the entire right side body. Inhale, come back to center and tip the other way. Focusing again on the how of the breath and the action here, not what it looks like. Opening your arms wide and give yourself a humongous hug, squeezing tight, rocking. Let this hug and oxytocin come to you. Giving yourself a hug is always a possibility. Squeeze tight. Breathe, squeeze tighter. Exhale. Opening arms, stretch them wide, and switch to the opposite hug. So no shoulder feels left out. Squeezing if you can. It's probably your not as good squeeze side, and that's okay. Untangle. Pressing to the side walls, spread your fingers wide, pinch your scapula, close eyes, let the energy move. And release, lower down, shrug shoulders up, pinch your occiput into your shoulders, lots of shifts of energy, and drop your hands, palms open to the front. Let it feel good. 3 breaths here. Opening eyes. And we are going to do a balance pose. So if you want to have something to hold on to, keep that in mind. Root into your right leg as if it were a tree trunk, lifting up all 10 toes, lowering them down. Bring your hands to your hips to steady yourself, and you'll bring your left knee up to hip height. You're going to bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee and twist leftward as steadily as you can. Your left hand hopefully will reach behind you and you'll gaze that way. And if you're unsteady, hold on to something and without judgment. When that feels complete, twist back to front, bring your hands to your hips, stretch your leg long and bend it and stretch it long and bend it and bring your sole of your foot into your calf. Come up to tree pose. Embody the most beautiful tree you can, or one of the ones behind me because they're gorgeous. They're beginning to change. It's kind of an early fall. It's interesting. Bringing hands to heart center. Continue that tree for a moment. Find steady. Draw your knee to the front and shake it out. Roll your shoulders. Get rid of any kinks. And maybe have a real shake. One of the things that we discount a lot is the somatics, the things trapped in your body. We have trauma and pain, and a lot of that sticky pain is, some of it's physiologic, but a lot of it is just old stuff. So let yoga be your shake. If something makes you angry, hide and shake, or just do it in public, and people will think you're a little funny. But roll your shoulders 3 times back, unkink everything, roll them forward, and pause. Root your left foot down. Bring your hands to your hips, knee to hip height. And you are going to bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot and twist to the right. Find steady, reach your arm behind you if you can, and gaze over your right shoulder. Let it feel amazing. Reach a little farther behind you if you have room. And you will come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips. Find steady with kindness. Let the judgment go. Extend your leg long and bend and stretch long and bend. Come to tree. Sole of the foot comes to the calf. Reach your arms up. Grow tall. Let it feel amazing. And breathe. See if you want to bring your arms out to the sides and bring them back to your hips. And lower your leg and shake it out because it's fun. Sometimes it's needed. Come to the top of your mat if you're not there. Reaching arms out and up. Slight arch back, and we'll fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for that half lift, back is flat. Exhale, fold forward. Do that once more. Inhale, sliding up, back is flat. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step back to downward dog, and enjoy it. Plant your hands into the earth. Raise your right leg to the sky. Gently bring it between your hands. Cartwheel up to warrior 2. Take a moment here, standing tall and proud. Gazes over that right middle finger. Flip your palm up. Tip backwards into reverse warrior. Let it feel good. Flip forward into warrior 2. Bend that front knee. Ensure your front knee is not in front of your ankle. Bend forward into side angle. Rising up to warrior two. Shoot your hips back, front knee straight, and you'll come into Trikonasana or triangle. Let it feel good. Rising back up. Bend that front knee, cartwheel forward. Hop your back foot forward, come into an easy pyramid pose. Have a rock here. Shift to the energy, letting it flow. Notice that we've gotten rid of a lot of the kinks. Can this just flow? Breathe. Inviting any final kinks in the back of the right leg to let go. Use the breath. Notice the thoughts coming into your brain now. Are they a little more clear or different? Maybe not, maybe. Lifting up toes, all 10 of them, lowering them down. Shift into your tippy toes and shift back to flat feet. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, lower down. Bring your back foot to meet the front foot. We're going to sink into chair pose. You can widen your feet or keep them narrow. Bring your hands to heart. Let your rear end come back. And just enjoy a little bounce, a little steady. Don't let it be too serious. Sometimes we do have to grit a little bit and wake up things that we need to pay attention to. Notice here too what's happening to your pelvic floor. Pay attention to it. Wake it up because sometimes it needs a little attention. Lowering hands, shoot your hips to the sky and slowly unroll the way up to stand. When you arrive, take a moment in your mountain, resettle, reintegrate. Letting your body literally redesign or reset. When that feels good, open your eyes, letting the light in. And noticing any clarity that you have that maybe you didn't have in the beginning. Maybe a little bit more about the how you would like to move forward or how you would like to think. Not the what, but the how. Pouring the breath in. And we will bring our arms out and up, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, lower down. We'll do that once more. Inhale for the half lift, allowing the flow. Exhale, lower down. Step back to plank. Let yourself have a little rock here in your, I'm not plank, sorry, downward dog. But if you're in plank, then shift up to downward dog. Let yourself walk the dog and have a moment here in downward dog that feels good. Breathing. Allowing things to integrate. And considering some of these questions upside down, we often get different answers. How do you want to think? What approach do you want to take? And what is your founder or life design mindset? If you were the founder of your name business and your life for that business, I love this idea. How fun. What would you create? What would you design? What would it look like? How would it feel? Upside down, we often get some clarity that we don't have right side up. Things look different. You might check out the view. Plant your hands, find steady, raise your left leg to the sky. Enjoy a moment here, maybe roll your ankle. Big breath in and gently bring your foot between your hands, cartwheel up to warrior two. Warriors in yoga are not fighting warriors. They're strong, graceful, proud warriors. Thinking about whether any of that is an invitation for the how. If you thought like a strong, graceful warrior, what might be different? If you moved forward, trusting yourself. Flip that front palm up, tip backwards into peaceful, graceful, elegant warrior. Coming back to warrior two, pause here, gaze over that middle finger. The drishti is where you're headed. How would you like to head there? Not just where are you headed, but how are you headed there? Ground the sole of the front foot, bend your front knee so it doesn't extend beyond your ankle, and come into side angle. Cartwheel up, straight your front knee, hips shoot back, and drop like the little teapot into triangle pose. Let it feel good. And take your time. I'm moving a little faster than I usually do with the invitation of flow, but flow at your own pace. Rising back up, bend your front knee back to warrior two. Take a moment to steady your feet. Cartwheel your arms downward. Hop your back foot forward, both toes face front. Come into pyramid pose. Breathing into your belly, into the backs of your legs. Lifting up all 10 toes. Lower down. Shift forward and back. Come up to that half lift and lower. And sink in and enjoy. Don't let this be sort of torture. It's the how you approach pyramid pose as well. I love it. I like to let the energy shift. A lot of things move. Remember to breathe. Bring your back foot forward. Sink into chair once more. And again, pick your chair. You might have a wide foot chair. You might have a narrow foot chair. You get to choose. Sink your hips back. Maybe try something different than you did last time. If you want to raise your arms forward, do that. Lower hands, shoot your hips up, let your head drop. From here, we're going to come into a yogi squat. You can widen your feet, bend your knees, squat down. If you want to sit on something, do that. Bring your elbows together, palms face each other. Elbows are inside your knees. Sink your hips down. Your heels may or may not reach the floor. It's an anatomic, not a personal judgment. Breathe, enjoy it. Just notice how you feel here. Close eyes. Notice if there's any wisdom here. The yogi squat gets you into your creative root chakra, your safety centers. Any wisdom there about the how you want to approach things, how you want to think. Coaching is really about how you want to think, and yoga is too. Mindfulness is the how of the thinking. It's the non-judgmental thinking. It's the creative, curious mind. Lower your hands, shoot your hips up, your toes will face forward, heels will all be facing forward. Let your head drop. Unroll up to stand. Reach your arms up to the sky. Palms come together. Drip them down to heart center. And arrive here for a moment. Hand to heart, another hand to top. Let it feel really good. Pause and breathe and check in. You were all taught how to think at some point. And is that how you want to keep thinking? Did medicine teach you to think in that way? Choosing how you want to think. That's where your power, control, and amazing life come from. Have you inherited the hows from someone else? And how do you want to think in this moment in time? Do you want to think curiously, creatively, optimistically, believing in possibilities, leaning into kindness and connection, supporting yourself well? All of those things were part of this idea of a founder's mindset. And really cool to me in that they apply to yoga and mindfulness and physician and women's wellness, and they also apply to AI founders and venture capitalists and hedge fund founders. I found that somewhat heartwarming. And it makes sense. And it made me feel better because my kids are in that world, the AI world. And I think that I've had a lot of all or none thinking about it. And clearly, it's really an approach to life. And that's an approach, believing in new things, that's worth growing. When you feel ready, open your eyes and lower your hands, and we'll come to lie down on the earth with knees bent. Allow yourself to land here for a moment with your knees bent. Let things settle. And take a moment to notice how you feel right now. How is your thinking? Is there any part of your body that needs some kindness and compassion? Remembering it's important to treat everyone well in life, but also yourself. Don't forget yourself. Letting yourself melt into the earth here. Allow the unwinding. Allow yourself to connect to the earth, settle on it, arrive on it. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, and a hand to heart, a hand to belly in Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking a moment here in this restorative yoga pose. Gifting your nervous system kindness and compassion and slowness. Physiologically, this pose is one of the most restorative in yoga. Setting the intention of restoration, replenishment, rejuvenation. Knowing that that impacts how you think. It impacts perhaps your founder's mindset, which is a way of thinking, how you might design things. Gifting yourself time to unwind those old patterns of reactivity, victimhood, things happening to you, and instead choosing your approach. Noticing as you're here a little longer, what do you hear? What do you smell? What do you feel? Letting your senses bring you into a sense of presence that might not be available otherwise. And I invite you to bring your hands to the outside of your thighs, draw your knees together, and draw your knees into your chest. Have a nice hug, squeezing tight, rocking. Massage your sacrum, going all the way from one side to the other. Let it feel really good. Come into happy baby if that's something that feels good to you. Straight one leg and then the other if that feels good. Bring the soles of your feet together, send them towards your groin, enjoy an inner thigh release. Sliding your hands up the shins, bring your knees together and squeeze yourself tight in a super, super tight ball. Tight as you can, squeezing everything. Hands, feet, tight as you can. Let go and stretch long, come into Shavasana, allowing yourself to melt into the earth. Palms open to the sky, a few inches from your waist. Noticing. Noticing how you feel. And setting your intention here for your moment on your mat. perhaps to restore, to replenish, to simply be. Maybe there's no intention. Letting go of control of the breath. Letting go of control of your muscles. Letting everything rest, replenish, rearrange, marinate, letting the practice integrate, letting the shifts happen in the physiologic level, the emotional level, in your brain, in your body. Taking just a few moments to simply let go and be. Mm-hmm. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. And enjoy an amazing stretch in whatever way feels amazing to you. Slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat where we began. When you arrive, closing eyes, and allow yourself to drop back into that Shavasana-like feeling, putting your hands wherever they feel like they need to be.